An open relationship. I got you. Because it's not that kind of open relationship. I did a video on polyamory, but that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about for an open relationship is open communication. Sex should be something that not only, as I say all the time, you should be talking about on a regular basis, not just once, like, oh, okay, we'll talk about, he says, talk about sex. We're going to talk about sex. Talk about sex. And then you have your sexy time. Then you talk about sex again. You keep talking about it. This should be an open communication about sex all the time. So you're sort of negotiating, because let's be honest, that's kind of what's happening about the amount of sex. So like, how much do you want to have sex? How much do they want to have sex? One usually wants to have it more than the other. So one's probably going to have it more than they want to, and the other person's probably going to have it a little less than they want to, as you're kind of coming into that Venn diagram thing where you overlap. But make these regular conversations, make them open, so they have not only the freedom to have these conversations, but to bring up anything. So like when you do the Venn diagram, the freedom to bring about these outlier things that you might be interested in, these other kinks, you want to have that be open to be included as well. Make asking for and turning down sex equally okay. So there are ways that you're asking for sex, and it's always okay to ask for sex, and it's always okay to turn down sex. Make this okay so that people don't feel shame for doing either. You don't feel embarrassed or shamed for doing either of those things. So you can bring it up, you can turn it down. It's always okay. If it seems to be happening, maybe more often, and you'll kind of know, also make it okay to bring that up. Be able to talk about all aspects of sex, what you need to be present for your ideal sex life. Make these needs, again, sometimes it's like the wants and the needs. What do you need to be present to have a fulfilling sex life, and what do they need to have present, and what would you like, and all the different wants and needs. You might actually want to make a list of these things, and how can your partner help you fulfill these needs? Again, maybe it's with toys, maybe it's just tweaking things a little bit, maybe it's just tweaking things, whatever that means for you. But what does that ideal situation look like? Go over this thing, so that you have the sexy time, try them out, and then you rinse and repeat. So again, like I say, you try it out, you have the talk again, go over your list and what worked, what didn't work. You're doing the positive, what am I calling it? Affirmations. You're doing the positive shaping of their behaviors during sex. I lost my train of thought for a second. And then rinsing and repeating those as well. So it's a learning thing where everything's open, everything is okay to talk about. And when you do that, you start building this sex life that becomes far more than you ever imagined it could, because you're including these kinks that you wanted to try, or maybe you thought you wanted to try, but also that they wanted to try of their own. And you might be surprised that, like, hey, I kind of like this and I kind of like that, or maybe I don't like this or I don't like that. That's okay too. You're exploring. And the main thing is, not only are your physical needs being met, but your emotional needs, that connection with this partner that is the closest connection you're ever going to have in your life, expands. And isn't that what you want? Put your questions below. Reach out to me if you want personal assistance from me on really getting your sex life not only where you want it to be and where your partner wants it to be, but maybe in directions where you didn't even know it could be. So reach out to me. We still have that free strategy call if you want to cash in on that. And I will see you on the next video.